Thank you, Chairman, distinguished guests and friends. Very good afternoon to all of you. Well, first of all, I wanted to say how Delhi Dialogue came about. When I first put up the proposal in 2008, the intention was very simple. How do we bring India and ASEAN close? That was what was the objective that we set about to do it. And we brought in FICCI, MEA, and another institution from Singapore called Institute of Southeast Asian Studies, and we embarked on this project. And I must thank that throughout the last 6 years, we have received tremendous support from all the stakeholders. In fact, to show the kind of support we have received, I'm very happy to note that all the 4 secretaries who have been involved in this project for the last 6 years are all here. And they were here over the last 2 days, and it shows how seriously MEA takes this whole Delhi Dialogue. And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all the stakeholders who have given us support throughout the last 6 years to make sure this project has done well. And I think it has gone on to see great success. Now, I just wanted to start off by saying that there are several areas I think we can do better. And these are my suggestions, Chairman. First of all, I wanted to share that perhaps we could include some more ASEAN partners. Because if you see on the notice board, besides the Indian partners, you will see 2 Singapore partners. We have ISAS and Institute of South Asian Studies, and we have IRIA from Jakarta. So I think we can bring in more stakeholders from the ASEAN countries. I think we will enrich the organizational experience, give some ideas, and also help us to see how we can improve the whole Delhi Dialogue process. Second topic I wanted to highlight is venue. I think some of them have already shared that we could shift the venue within the country. But there has also been suggestion that instead of always making it centric in India, whether we could even have some part of this exercise in some of the ASEAN countries for variety. Because sometimes it can be boring for our Indian partners also to always meet in Delhi for the Delhi Dialogue. So I thought for a change, and maybe also to bring in greater participation from the ASEAN partners, that some process within the Delhi Dialogue can be held in some of the ASEAN countries, and perhaps some of the new stakeholders who may join the Delhi Dialogue could help us organize some of these activities within the ASEAN region. Thirdly, I wanted to share with you that the Delhi Dialogue has been funded by MEA for the last 6 years, and for the first year, I actually brought in some corporate sponsors to help out in the organization. Now, I would dare to suggest that perhaps we should seek some kind of a corporate involvement for several reasons. One is their reach, and they will definitely enable us to reach a bigger audience. And I think bringing the corporate sector will also entail bringing the business community. And I think today, Mr. Vaidyanathan from Mahindra, when he spoke in the morning, he was highlighting why it is critical to bring the businessmen into the Delhi Dialogue process. Now, FICCI has been very active in this process, but I'm just trying to see how could we get the corporate sector to come in some way to give us some funding. Maybe we could set up a corpus, some sort of corpus where we can create funding for several projects within the Delhi Dialogue process. And this is something we can consider. And it not be only Indian businesses, could also be ASEAN businesses also. The next area I wanted to highlight is in terms of participants. Well, there is always scope to include more participants. One area that I wanted to see greater participation is by the Indian politicians, particularly members of parliament and other policy makers, because I think it is very important as India is upcoming and rising power, that it is critical that the politicians who decide policy in the country should be involved in the Delhi Dialogue, and they understand the bigger picture of what's happening in Asia and globally and in ASEAN, so that when they debate policies in parliament or anywhere else, they are better able to understand some of these developments that are taking place within ASEAN, within Asia and globally. So on that note, I would also like to see greater involvement by some of the youngest scholars in ASEAN within India. And I think Dato Haji Irwan also highlighted that he would like to see participation by non-India, non-ASEAN participants. I think we have to recognize that whether we like it or not, there are other players in the Asia Pacific who are very critical for whatever we are discussing, and perhaps another viewpoint from some of these participants from the other Asia Pacific countries who are equally involved, equally interested, equally eager to participate, perhaps should be invited to, so that we can understand what are their thinking processes, what are their strategic considerations, and whether we could all, when we discuss, we understand each other's aspirations and desires, and we can frame something that is acceptable to everybody when we decide within the Delhi dialogue process. The next one I wanted to highlight is on the structure of Delhi dialogue, Mr. Chairman. I think yesterday after the opening ceremony, one of the comments I heard is that it is a little long. And maybe what we can do is, we experimented this about 2 years ago or 3 years ago when we had all the trade ministers here. So instead of requesting all the visiting dignitaries to give a speech, perhaps what we could do is, perhaps besides the Minister for Foreign Affairs or External Affairs giving a speech, and the ASEAN SecGen and maybe one minister giving a speech, we could get all the ministers to be a panelist, and we could engage them in a Q&A session where ideas could be discussed, or maybe various concerns of the delegates and participants could be shared with the ministers, and they also have a better understanding of some of the thinking that is among the participants, particularly among the Indian participants at the Delhi dialogue. These are the main points I wanted to highlight, Chairman, and I would like once again to thank the Chair, particularly led by IDSA this year, and all the previous stakeholders who have participated in the Delhi dialogue, and we look forward to making it a greater success. Thank you, Chairman.